Hi, I'm Tori.
And I'm Leah.
I'm Aram.
And welcome back to the Boys Lie podcast.
A podcast where we talk about the craziest relationship stories you've ever heard, pop culture, and the piping hot tea of our lives.
So buckle up, enjoy the ride, and remember that
Boys lie.
Boys lie. Boys lie.
Boys lie.
Boys lie. Them boys, they be lying.
Boys lie.
you guys, I have an exciting announcement.
Oh, what is it?
This is officially our 100th episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I realized that last night when I was uploading the one for tomorrow. It was 99. I'm like, holy shit, we've done 100 of these.
Happy 100th anniversary.
I kind of felt like we would have already. I feel like 100 would have already passed, but I guess not.
No, 100.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means like over 100 hours have been spent yapping it up with each other.
Yeah.
Which is crazier because even offline, we yap it up way too much.
I know.
24/7.
Should we talk about how like the beginning of the podcast, how crazy we were? Because like me and Tori would like try to be so perfect at like telling our stories. Now I feel like we're just like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I think it was also, it's so weird because now I'm really numb to like the whole mic and camera situation. Aram, you're like a natural.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
really are. You're like a casual, natural person
Yeah.
at this. But for us, it felt like a lot of pressure, especially with just the two of us in the room to kind of perfect storytelling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the first couple of episodes because we really wanted to like nail it, I guess, like to engage our audience, and we had never done it before. But I do feel like the best episodes we have done are the ones where we're just like totally goofballs and like just saying
Natural
whatever.
and silly, and
Yeah.
this doesn't exist essentially.
Yeah.
No, totally. I agree.
And also, if you're watching on YouTube and you're confused because we don't have 100 episodes on there, it's because we didn't start filming these until
This year.
this year.
After 50, probably.
Oh, for sure. We had like 1 year at least of podcasts that just aren't filmed at all and are just strictly audio.
So go and listen to them if you want.
Yeah.
They're not great.
They're-
Actually, one of them, no, that one was filmed. Pterodactyl might be one of my favorite
Same.
that
episodes.
one was filmed. That was
Same.
good.
Like, I'll always remember that one
Yeah.
because it was
So
so
funny.
funny.
But you can definitely hear the growth.
She was sucking a dick and jerking off two guys at the same time.
Yes, she was.
The movement. Oh my God.
You know what? I don't blame her. I would do the same.
Okay. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever done it?
I haven't.
Someone
but
has an itch
I should
to
bring it
rub,
up.
clearly.
Yeah. You should try to make that your goal this weekend to tear
Yeah,
it
maybe
down.
I'll do it in a Waymo. Who knows?
Throwing head in a Waymo.
Neck.
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 Throwing
So
head.
neck in the Waymo.
I'm
Neck.
thinking about head, so
Yeah.
sorry.
Head,
Clearly,
Waymo.
I have an itch I need to
Same
scratch
thing.
too.
Yeah.
I did tell Kevin that story because I was like, we were laughing about it. He was like, he does know that there's cameras inside the Waymo,
Oh, yes.
right?
Yeah.
We're aware.
Yeah.
I think we're all aware.
I was fully aware, like, during.
Yeah.
It would be like a Tesla.
Yeah.
Well, someone has your porno somewhere.
Yeah, someone
Someone.
does.
Yeah.
It's probably hot porno.
Send it to me if you haven't.
Hopefully. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't sober.
Did you do a good job, though?
Um,
Was it the performance of a lifetime?
You know, the car ride was very short.
Oh, so that means you
so
did a
it
good
was
job.
An 8-minute ride.
Oh, I thought you meant like, well,
Oh.
did you bring him to?
Oh, no, not
Okay,
there. but-
okay.
but
After.
later,
Got it, got it.
Yes.
It was a good warm up.
Yeah. Foreplay.
Also, like a car is so weird because the angle of which you're sitting, like it's very hard to be.
It was difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like forward.
Yeah.
So when you're not in that position, it's very like especially if you're giving a nice job on the road. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I can't.
If someone's driving, it's just like you're very.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think if someone's driving, it would be harder. It's harder to do than if you're in the back seat.
It's way harder if
100%.
you're
Yeah.
driving.
I don't love to do it in the front seat because I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the
I'm
middle
contorting my body.
way. It like can really get into your ribs.
Yeah.
it's uncomfortable for everybody besides
It's a
the
lot of
person who's
work.
And
getting
then
head.
you get sweaty because it's just like you're confined.
Yeah.
To this area.
Yeah.
And then like I've only done it once, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, but like I was just also like so scared people were gonna like see. It was in the middle of the day, and I was like,
Oh, I
what
don't
if
know
people
why
are
that's not
looking
a
in?
fear.
I don't know. I love to look inside people's cars when I'm driving
I
next
do
to them.
too.
So like I would notice 100%.
yeah,
I do secretly pick my nose in my car way too much.
Everybody
same,
does.
I do
I
it
do
too.
too.
Yeah. I
used
flick it
to-
out the window.
Yeah, as a kid, like I used to
Mhm.
think like, oh my god, they're picking their nose.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look, mom.
Nah. We
And
all
then
pick.
I am that person.
I think
now.
everyone picks their
Same.
nose.
And then like I judge other people, but I'm like, who am I to judge? Like I
Yeah.
do it too.
So many things to do in the car. So
I know.
little time.
Yeah.
Sing. I pretend like I'm literally in a music video sometimes.
Oh, I fully in my mind sometimes envision myself as like a superstar, like a Tate
Yeah.
McRae
Yeah.
on stage, and I'm just like whipping my hair, and I'm like, I can't even dance, let alone shake my ass, and that's one of my dreams.
Sometimes I just need pure silence.
Me too sometimes. It depends on the day. But like also if you're blasting music and you're singing along, like in your mind you sound amazing because the music's louder, so you sound like you're harmonizing with them. But like if you just turned the music off, I'm sure it'd be
Yeah.
like
Horrible.
crazy.
Yeah. I like listening to books now. I'm
Yeah.
really becoming an audiobook person.
Mhm.
I'm really into the Court of Thorn and Roses.
I know you love
and
it.
Yeah.
My hack again is listening. Now I'm finally listening at 1.7.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
was at
speed?
1.3 speed. I know. And eventually you just get used to the sounds and it's like,
Yeah.
and I'm so into it. I'm about to finish the last book. I have 5 more hours on it.
If you like murder mysteries, I have so many that I listen to. I can send you
I
my
feel
list.
like I've read so many murder mysteries.
They're all, a lot of them are like new.
I kind of like these like smut books, honestly.
You like the like fantasy smut.
But there's something that is like a true turn on that I feel like I've opened a new door for myself.
Okay.
Where I'm
That's
like,
fun.
wow,
How horny is it? Like,
it's horny.
Like,
I'll read you
graphically
after
detailed?
this a chapter when she gives this fairy a blowjob. It's crazy.
crazy.
Did he, like,
okay, period.
come sparkles?
Yeah, she throws neck in that fucking room. Let me tell you, in the dining room as
Fairies
well.
throwing neck.
Fairies don't jizz, they glitter. Like,
No, they actually do jizz.
Oh.
It's crazy.
does it like glow?
Glow in the dark
No.
jizz. I haven't heard the word jizz in a long time.
I haven't
Jizz.
heard jizz in a while.
What do you call it?
Um,
Semen? Cum?
Never. Come.
Cum.
Yeah.
Semen's a little strange.
How do we get here from our
Um,
100th episode?
Pterodactyl.
Throwing
Pterodactyl.
neck.
That's how it all
Yeah.
began. Yeah.
Head,
Head.
whatever it is.
Anything you want to call it.
Yeah.
Guzzle.
Times.
Anywho, happy Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Thursday when we're recording this.
And it'll be
Yes.
Thursday when you're listening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, everyone.
Should we jump into story time?
Yes.
If you guys have a story you'd like to share on the Boys Lie podcast, please share via boyslieofficial.com. And if your story gets chosen to be read on this podcast, you win a free Boys Lie sweatsuit.
Woo!
Okay. Should I go first?
Take it away.
Sure.
Sure. A lot of nights out as a single girl, but this one is a pretty crazy story called Mommy's Boy. Oh, God. One night out with my best friends, we were all at a dive bar, and we happened to be sharing a table with this group of people that appeared to come from a wedding. Next thing you know, this man is telling me and my friends that he's seen me before, and come to find out that we're basically neighbors. His mom was his date to the wedding. Let's call her Judy. Next thing you know, Judy is all over me and whispering to me that she thinks I'm, quote unquote, the one for her son, and she knows that she'll never, quote unquote, see me again. Oh,
What?
sorry. She will see me again.
Oh.
Mind you, I've been at the bar for literally 15 minutes and have never seen this mother before or this son duo in my life, and kept preaching to me how awesome her literal 5-foot son was. And I wanted respectfully nothing to do with her son. But then she got this whole wedding party in on it, and I had a few more free shots. So I leaned into it. Before I knew, I was on my way downtown with my friends, this man, and the mom, Judy.
Okay.
I'm kind of already like nervous for this.
Judy sounds like a drunken mess.
Would you guys do that for the free shots? Just like lean into it?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
For sure. If I was single, 100%.
I mean, short king, maybe?
I don't mind.
I would just like pretend for a free shot. you know?
Anyways, to another bar in this party Uber. To pass time in the Uber, I'm singing Wrecking Ball at the top of my lungs because I truly felt like I was on top of the world after the amount of shots that we took. I felt like I was in The Hangover as we pull up to the country bar and everyone's staring at us because this man is obsessed with Judy, his mom. They basically look like they were a couple, and my friend and I ask for tequila shots because we might as well since we're along for this side quest. We turn around and we're being handed 1942 shots from Judy and her son, who's obsessed with me.
Okay, period.
I mean,
Yeah.
not going to say no.
No.
Couldn't think it could get any worse until my friend and I are on the dance floor, and he comes up to me asking to dance with me.
Okay.
In this day and age, do you ask?
Well, at least he asked instead of just like.
They don't know
coming
each
up.
other, right?
No.
I don't remember being asked to dance other than in the era of grind lines where people were like dry humping each other, and you knew that the person who was like getting behind you were probably going to make out with that night.
I think there's definitely some like cool ways to do it. Like if you like, I don't know, just go up to someone and you're just like, hey, you want to dance? I don't know. Now that I say it, I don't know if there's a cool way
I
to
think
do
if you
it.
don't know the person, like maybe it's good to talk about.
Do you want to dance?
Do you want to dance, Daniel?
Like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a little strange.
Anyways, he tries to kiss me, except I'm bending over backwards to dodge it, and other people are in the bar basically mouthing to blink twice if I needed help. I make up a lie that we have to leave the bar, and his mom hugs me and once again starts aggressively whispering in my ear that I shouldn't, quote unquote, fuck this up, and he's, quote unquote, the one, and she's so sure she'll see me again in the near future. We exchange numbers because I panic, and I later hit him with the block when I'm right back to square one at the same dive bar that I had originally been talking to different men at because I clearly needed to cleanse myself from this boy's mom. And yes, that's how he got the name Mommy's Boy, because I'm sure of it, they sleep in the same bed. If I could, I'd insert a picture of him holding up Judy in his arms outside of the bar. Never a dull night when I'm out on the town. It's kind of anticlimactic.
Well, it's just weird. Like the whole thing is weird of Judy. And also, I feel like if my mom was doing that, I would be like, Mom, like, stop. Like, please stop, like, doing this because it's kind of embarrassing. I guess maybe she's, like, his wingman.
I just wouldn't be bringing my dad to a dive bar. And
No.
I wouldn't either. I do think it's strange when family members are like so close in that regard, where it's like, you know, siblings are dating kind of situation.
Yeah, but like, for instance, Chase, like I have gone to a bar with her once.
Well, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, like your
But
sibling,
you're not,
your
like,
sister.
picking her up and like spinning her around and like holding her hand.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We like barely
Yeah.
hug, as is. It's like not our family's thing.
Yeah.
Well, my high school boyfriend, like his mom was like obsessed with him. And like,
Oh
I
my
think
God,
I've said this
yeah.
before, but like even when I was over in his room, like hanging out, she would come in and like sit on the edge of the bed and she would
Ew.
just look at me and just be like, how handsome is he? Is he not gorgeous? Like, I need to sign him up for modeling. Like, she would just always say that. And I was like,
Like I will
Kill
say
me.
Michael is somewhat of a mommy's boy, but he is the only boy in his like very large Jewish family essentially.
Yeah.
That he was like the only one in his remote family that was a
Yeah.
boy, but it's not like he's like my in-law isn't infatuated by her son. Like I
Right.
think that when it's a mommy's boy, like a true one, the mother's like
In love.
amazed
Yes.
by any little thing that her son
Yeah.
does.
like she like it almost comes off like she thinks they're hot.
yeah.
You
She
know
wants
what
to
I mean?
fuck her
Yeah,
son.
like it's
that
just
the
weird.
son is God's gift beyond what like a son-mother relationship should be.
Yeah, it's just strange. And like I understand like if you are like a parent and you love your child, but like there's a certain degree where it just becomes fucking weird.
Mhm.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
Agreed.
that's weird. I wouldn't bring my dad as like my dad's brought me as a wedding date, but to mutual friends that we like know for a long
That's
time.
fine. I feel like you can bring your mom to like a wedding with you.
But I'm also not like dancing it up with my dad on the dance floor and like going to bars with him afterwards.
No.
No, but now that I actually think about it, I feel like my dad would say stuff like that. Like, to, like, because my dad is like, he says sometimes stuff like that to Kevin, but like, now that I think about it, shit, is my dad doing that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, even when we had dinner with your parents when they were in LA, we were like yapping it up about you, and your dad was just like, Leah, she's just the coolest girl in the world. And I was like,
Exactly, it's my point.
well, I
He's
know. I was
doing
like,
it.
I know
like
she
you're
is.
the
That's
favorite.
my bestie. Like, duh.
He like still brings up my soccer days in high school. He's like, you were so good. I'm like, Dad, that was 10 years
yeah, but
ago.
he's so
Wow.
proud.
It's cute. You
That
must
it-
be his favorite.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
But
You don't have to admit it though.
it comes off like not in a way that's obsessive.
Okay, that's
I-
good.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
There's different
it
ways.
comes off in a way that's like much
He's
more
proud, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Proud
good.
and obsessed.
And I
different.
also don't picture him like
He wouldn't
whispering
be-
into Kevin's
No.
ear, being like, "She's the one."
No, he would never.
Like he would absolutely. That is so out of
Yeah.
character of him. Like no.
Yeah. I feel like when we all have kids one day, we're gonna be so annoying bragging about our kids all the time too,
Oh yeah.
Oh, for
definitely.
sure.
or complaining.
Probably
Both.
yeah, a lot of both.
For sure.
You complain. I'm kidding.
Yeah. No.
I'll be like, these kids, I'm gonna fucking kill
These
them.
fucking
Yeah.
kids.
Leah's complaints with the kids. I'm like not even prepared. Even the
No.
kids' complaints. Like I already know that it's installed in them. They're unborn, and
They're-
I already
they're gonna
know
come out
that
and
it's
be
like
complaining.
yeah, they're gonna come out and be like, ugh, I had to come out the womb.
Yeah.
I honestly so true.
I had to wake up today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in
With,
for
like, a
it with my
hack.
kids.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I got these allergies from my mom, I think.
Yeah.
I did.
Did you wake up with any complaints today?
No.
Oh, that's great.
There's
Yeah.
one day
Yeah.
on the 100th episode
Thank
of this
God.
recording. Someone mark it June
I've been good.
19th.
Yes.
Yep, I've been good.
Thank God.
Should I go next?
Thank
Uh-huh.
God.
Okay. All right. So it starts. Here's one of the worst moments of my life. Let's get into it. Back in 2017, my ex and I decided to start a company. We created a meal prep company before HelloFresh. Anyways, we did not have the startup funds, but it's a great idea, but we just needed an investor. Well, prior to meeting my ex, I was a Hooters girl. I was even #1 in the US for sales. It was the best
Oh.
job ever.
They're ranked?
I guess so.
Okay, period. Sales. I mean, I want to know more about that, but anyway.
Yeah. I want a picture. I want your
Yeah.
profile picture.
Yeah, I don't get
please.
it. What do you look like, girl?
Also, in sales, are you looking for a job
Yeah.
right now? Just saying.
Yeah.
So one night, this nice older man, let's call him the investor, and his assistant came in to eat. I've sold hundreds of calendars at this point, so I was ready to pitch him. Oh, she's selling Hooters calendars.
Okay.
Oh, is
Makes
she a calendar
sense.
girly swirly?
Probably.
Must be.
She says, I gave him my spiel, and well, he loved it. He didn't need or want a calendar, but he bought it. He was so impressed, he offered me a sales job at his gym. I politely declined as I was working as a Hooters girl, dance teacher, and was caught up in an MLM.
Wow, multiple jobs. I'm really proud
What's
of you.
MLM?
Multi-level marketing scheme or something, I think. It's like where it's like a triangle thing.
Aren't those like pyramid schemes
Oh,
like
that
a thing?
one of those things.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
SEO
well,
or something?
Yeah.
Period, girl, you seem busy.
Isn't that like a negative thing?
Kind of like Cutco knives, and people are like going around selling
Wait,
those.
no, Cutco though, like
They do slay.
I had friends who made money from Cutco, and I was like, I should have done Cutco.
No, you should.
Kind of like what
You're exactly where you're.
No,
supposed
not
to
right
be.
now, but like in high school, when those kids would do that, I was like, damn, they're making so much fucking money.
Like you make money if you recruit people to join your team, and then you make commission on like their sales, and then if they're doing well, then they could recruit people. It's like a whole
pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
It works though.
6 months later, he comes back in and I serve him again. He reoffers me the job and I accept. It was a great opportunity, which I am forever grateful for. Fast forward a bit, I moved back home to be closer to my family after a traumatic fire completely demolished my dad's studio and photography business.
I'm so sorry to hear about that.
Yeah. Though I had to break out of our work contract, the investor and I left off on good terms when I fled back home. So back to my ex and I. We went ahead and built a business proposal and pitch, and then went ahead and set up a meeting. He not only loves the idea, but he offered us more than enough to really get it going. We went back to meet him, signed our contracts, and began the process. Things sort of switch up after a couple of months of us getting going. He's leading us on, finding reasons and excuses not to send us the money in lump sums that we agreed upon, and he was just dragging his feet.
Not you working for free.
Well, it's her company that she's starting. He's just the investor.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's the meal prep business.
Sent this cash that was for. Sorry.
He did at first, but now he's not.
Okay.
He was making excuses to not send them lump sums they agreed upon. So like he sent them the money at first, but then he just wasn't sending them the money.
Got it.
But they didn't let it stop them, and they continued to work. We continued to work our asses off and push through because we knew it was worth it. Towards the end of the 6 months / beginning stages, he really starts to fight us on sending us the last lump sum for the last few phases. Mind you, throughout this time, he has made this entire process absolutely impossible. He constantly fought us on plans we already agreed upon. We downgraded many aspects of our business, like not purchasing the appliances that we originally wanted because he would criticize it and say it's too expensive or that he didn't like it, though it was in the original budget. So here we are. We're a week out from finally getting started, and we just needed all like the little essentials now, like to-go containers, lids, our branded stickers and banner, and of course the food. The whole purpose, the entire reason we're doing this. But as expected, he fought me on it, made it so difficult as if he wanted us to fail. It was so confusing and unlike his character.
The investor
was
making...
They just need like the little things, and he was just like fighting them on stuff. So the investor and I were going back and forth via text one morning. He was in a terrible mood and I was sick of dealing with it. I was obviously very frustrated, so I texted my ex a screenshot of the convo and said, "This stupid fuck."
No.
Needless to say, the investor was going to get a bit of a forced reality check because I sent the text to our investor with the screenshot. I've never felt so sick in my life. And babes, this is before you could edit and unsend texts via iPhone. So I'm in my bed, choking, puking, throwing up because how could I do this? And to top it all off, I was freshly pregnant.
No.
What else can I do but try and fix it? So I did damage control, and I immediately text him saying, "This stupid fucking process is stressing me out." As if I just didn't finish the text.
That was a good save.
Yeah.
Great save.
Great save. Honestly, super smart. But she said either way, it sounded really bad. Needless to say, he dropped out, and we still have a box of business cards and reminders to check who you're talking to before expressing yourself. Or be like me and ruin your entire future with just one text. Unfortunately, I do not have the screenshot of the convo since it was 8 years and 3 iPhone upgrades ago. But she sent us a picture of her business card and like her website and stuff. So they did end up starting the business.
Okay, well,
but that's so embarrassing.
Happy you still have the business, but yeah, that is like really tough. Oh my God.
No, she said it was a reminder.
No, she puts reminders. She said she has like
gotcha.
Like reminders, like know who you're talking to because she like did that one time. It probably traumatized the fuck out of her.
Oh, I'm sure.
Damn,
honestly, it wasn't that bad.
This stupid fuck or stupid.
No. I'm saying in the way that she saved herself.
Yeah, good save.
And if you're pregnant and like also starting a family, maybe everything happens for a reason and you never even like ruin your future to begin with.
Yeah.
And you're amazing at sales, so you could probably go pitch another investor anyways.
You can always go back to Hooters. I'm kidding.
You can sell anything. Like you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
I feel like there's very few people who have that quality of character to them that they're able to like actually sell.
Yeah,
definitely.
Stuff.
Last one. I dated this guy for 3 years. We will call him Drew. We were both 18 when we started dating and 20/21 when we broke up. He was a pastor's son. Red flag, obviously. He cheated on me a lot with his ex-girlfriend. Said he imagined her when he would sleep with me and such. Tried to get her to come work where I work and all. Texted random one-night stands of his that were the love of his life. Obviously that sucked, but the worst time was with a man. Yes, girl, a man.
Yeah.
He was exchanging photos with this guy and saving everything in the chat like a dummy. I went through his phone one night while he was sitting with his family in the living room. No messages with girls, and then boom, I just thought to open up the chats and found it all between him and this guy. I called him out in front of his family, and you know what his excuse was? He was trying to make the guy not be gay anymore. Boy, bye. I am not dumb. What a stupid liar. I hate how much boys lie. Okay, well, I love that you exposed him in front of his family. And
Do
that is
you?
the dumbest. Yeah.
Do you think that's okay?
I mean, actually, maybe I don't think that's okay. But also, like, you do have a girlfriend. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, you were doing something really awful. Like, I don't think outing people is okay. But, like, you were cheating on your girlfriend.
You're cheating.
Yeah.
That's
So,
the
like,
thing
I think that's, like, makes it a little bit better. And his excuse saying he was trying not to make the guy gay anymore.
That
is
makes
crazy.
it worse. That makes the whole situation like way worse.
But maybe I feel like his pastor-ass family would probably believe that. Be like, good work, son. Like,
Yeah.
God loves you. You know, some weird
Also,
fucking
just
shit.
out of curiosity, with knowing, did you just find out when you were going through his phone about the other people, or it seems like she knew prior?
It does seem like she knew prior.
So if you already knew that he was like part of this behavior, I feel like it would have been maybe like best to get out of that earlier on. But it seemed like clearly he's a master manipulator. If he was like, oh, I'm not gay, I'm testing the waters with another man to like make sure he's not gay.
But also like sending him photos and weird things. Weird.
I don't know. I always wonder about that because it's like, is there like a line? Like, where's the line between like outing somebody and then like also just calling them out for like their actions, which was cheating? Because
Yeah.
it's the same. But like we don't know the context of the texts.
We don't. But
If
good
you were
point.
mad and it happened in like the heat of the moment, and
Yeah.
honestly he denied it and like tried to cover up for himself, and I'm sure his family for some reason like fell into it, then I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think so either. Like, he cheated on you, so it's not like he gets a pass because he's gay. You have to like cover it up for him. Like,
Yeah.
he did bad shit to you, and like that's your story and that's the truth.
The only
So.
pass that I feel like now, but in the moment of things, which I probably would have totally done the same thing, is like you tolerated him cheating on you within a first round from what it sounds like, and you shouldn't have.
Agreed. I struggled with that too when I found out my ex was cheating on me with men because like I didn't want to tell anyone because I was like I didn't want to tell any of his friends. I only told like my friends, even though I was still close with his friends, because like I didn't want to out him, but I was also so mad at the same time.
Well, yours was a little bit different because you were in like danger essentially, or at least I, as your friend and receiving that information, felt like it was dangerous for him to be sneaking off with other guys, and like it could have caused harm to
Yeah.
you. So that's where I think as your friend like was like, no, you have to
Right.
say something. But the way you handled it was really, really well.
Yeah, I think it honestly depends on the situation. She was in his house and found these in the moment with
And then
his
called him
family
out
in the
front of
next
his
room.
family. Yeah.
I would have probably done.
I would have probably done the same thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If I was
Yeah.
that mad and I truly had the evidence right in front of me, I would have been furious.
Yeah, like I'm not like saving you or like
Yeah.
hiding anything. Yeah. In your situation, I feel like what you did was right.
Especially if you already caught them once and you stay with them, and then it's like you catch them again and it's like a different sexuality. I would be like livid.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if like there's certain situations we were talking about fight or flight like last episode.
Yeah.
Like there's certain situations where like I don't know. I know for in certain places or certain things I would fight and I would do the thing, but like I think in this type of situation I would freeze.
So funny because I'm like you're such a good fighter in the moment of things that I feel like are emergency moments. Like there was this one time Leah got in not even a car accident, but like you had almost hit someone, and so you went off the road a little bit and one of your tires like had come
No,
off.
I got hit.
Oh yeah,
because
you got hit.
I got
by
hit. It was a
someone.
3-car accident, but I almost hit somebody. Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm saying like in that moment you knew to swerve off the road to not cause harm to anyone else, and like I don't know if I was in the same circumstance that I would have even.
No, I wouldn't have.
No, it's just
I
kind
would've
of.
rammed the car
I've
in
been
front of me.
also in the middle of a sandwich between 3 people, like squished.
Yeah.
In my car, so I don't think I would have been able to do that. So you're really good in those moments.
More like physical reaction skills, but mental reaction, I guess, or emotional reaction is for me is a little slower.
For me, my emotional reaction is. I mean, my volume's turned up all the way.
I think my emotional reaction's higher and my physical slower for sure. Yeah.
I don't know why that was so funny.
Like in a moment of like panic or like I need to like be like I don't know like run out of somewhere. Like I feel like I'm not doing it.
Oh,
You
see,
know
I'm
what
fucking
saying?
out.
No, I know what you mean.
But like if I'm fucking mad or like something pisses me off, like you'll know
you
immediately.
do.
Yeah.
I know that for sure.
Because I was thinking, like, I feel like you both, if you were at your
It's the
significant
tourist
other's
house.
house,
Yeah, it is the tourist.
Yeah.
you would do that. But I think if I was just thinking, like, what if I was in Hawaii and I was looking through Kevin's phone and his mom was in there, I would probably sit there on it.
Maybe if I would sit there too because you're stuck with this person in a different state and like you don't have freedom yet.
I mean, that happened to me when I had first met Michael, and it was like the first time he was at home with meeting my parents. So we were on the East Coast, and when I had first posted him on like my story, I think he was wearing something in Boys Lie, so it was like on Boys Lie story, and we got a DM that was like really cryptic from this girl. I think we've talked about this on this
I
podcast.
don't know if we have.
We did. We have a whole episode on it.
Oh, was I here?
I don't know.
I was like, oh my god, I had seen just the first part of it, and I went into the bathroom and I kind of locked myself
What did
in
it
there.
say?
It was like Michael still on.
Like, yeah, he's
Oh,
on a dating app.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we had it was
And we
like,
confirmed with Raya that he, in fact,
yes,
was not.
yes. I remember all of that.
and I remember screenshotting it and texting it to Leah because also the first few months of our relationship we weren't like
You were
exclusive.
unserious.
It was
yeah.
I was like very
Yeah.
fresh and new out in the single world, so I didn't really like.
Did he know who that
Yeah.
girl was?
Yeah, he knew who the. I got 2 DMs.
But we thought that the second girl DMing you was retaliation.
like the
yeah.
same person potentially. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Either way, he was in the clear.
Yeah.
I was in the bathroom and it did take me a second, and I was screenshotting like and sending it to Leah, being like, "What do I do? What do I say?" And then I ended up deleting the DM entirely. And when I came out of the bathroom me deleting it, I like had showed it to him, and I didn't even say anything because he had knocked on the door and he's like, "Is something wrong?" And I was like, "Oh my god, he thinks I'm taking a shit."
Yeah.
Like which is worse? Here?
Yeah.
I'm not
Beginning
sure.
of a
Either
relationship,
shitting
yeah.
or spewing over this DM that I just
Yeah,
got.
yeah, and no, I'm either shitting or he's cheating. Like
Yeah.
Which
I'm-
one?
Which one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
freaking out. And I just handed him the phone, and he had known who it was from. And then I was just like, "Do we talk about this?" And we talked all the way through
Yeah.
just the single-ish era of us being together, or not
Right.
single-ish, but non-exclusive era of us dating.
Maybe it was a good thing to talk about.
It opened the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
But I addressed it like as soon as I got out of the bathroom and
Yeah.
had like a moment to digest
If it was just
Mhm.
Kevin, I would address it immediately. I think I'm more so talking about like in front of his family. Like I don't know how I would handle it if I was
Oh,
staying
if I opened
with his family.
that up
Yeah.
at the family dinner table, I think I would have like totally exposed myself, because when I get that like
Yeah.
mad and in my head, it's hard for me not to
React.
or
Yeah.
show my emotion. Like you can tell even on my face, I feel like.
Yeah.
Same. I can't hide my emotions. I can't do it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Just the family of it all for me is like a hard thing to think. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
I'd probably cry in the bedroom and lock myself in
For all we
there.
know, his dad's probably gay too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a pastor. You know what the fuck he's doing? We don't even want to know.
Way worse.
That
Yeah.
shit is fucked.
I know.
It's so fucked up.
It is. I don't mean to laugh. I always laugh in awkward situations, but it really
No,
is
it's so
fucked
fucked
up.
up.
It is
Like,
really fucked
these-
up.
Like, oh my god.
Between being like a pastor
I don't trust pastors.
or nuns,
Yeah.
honestly.
No. Well, I mean, yeah.
No, none suck.
They're probably like all scissoring too,
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
because they like can't fuck.
My dad got spanked by so many nuns with
What?
rulers. Yeah. He
Did
went
he
to
go to-
Catholic school.
Oh, and there were nuns there.
My dad's also like almost 70, remember? So he's
Oh yeah.
he's like
He
from
lived in like a different,
different era, and
You're so right.
my
sorry.
mom had to go into the school because my dad had bruises like on him from because they would bring them up.
Oh
They'd
my
pull them by their
God.
ears up to the chalkboard and then make them put their hands on the chalkboard, and they'd
It's
whip their hands with
abuse.
rulers.
Not Leonide, Casey and I had a Russian piano teacher, and we would go to her house, and she would slap our hands with the ruler.
That's crazy.
That is fucked.
That's like it should not be.
She was
legal.
messed up.
Yeah.
Did you guys get spanked by your parents as a child?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I threatened. I only got spanked once, but I like dodged from it. So my mom hit me on the head, and then I threatened to call 911.
There's only 2 times that I can remember getting like spanked by my mom, and I for sure deserved to be spanked in those moments. And then same with my older sister. But there was one time, actually no, there's been a few times where like we were fucking around in the back, like my sisters and I are like throwing shit around, and I remember my dad like would wave his hand back like as if to like smack the shit out of one of us for like
Yeah.
He'd be like,
yeah, and then all of a sudden after he did that, all of us would be
You're
like,
like, ooh. I never got spanked. I feel like maybe
That's
that was
good.
like past my time or something.
yeah, I think it was past your
Yeah.
time, because my mom, when my younger sister was born, she would
Yeah.
threaten it, but it would never be like a
yeah.
Mhm.
My mom would threaten like the bar of soap too.
I never got that either. I would just get time out a lot.
timeout sounds pleasant.
I hated it. as a kid, I hated it. You know, I wanted to like not be sitting on the stairs.
I was
for,
just like
20
wouldn't
minutes.
listen. I was a terrible kid.
Yeah. I think I had healthy fear of my parents, so like I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I think
I didn't.
feared my parents quite a bit.
Yeah, in like a good way though. I just didn't want to fuck up or like get in trouble. But then I did in high school and it was different. But when I was a child, you know.
I feel like
You're
my
not getting spankings in high
fear.
school.
No. Oh, no,
No.
I was in 8th grade.
Oh wow, you were old.
Oh.
Yeah. It was like I was like threatening to call 911 on the house phone.
Oh,
like
that
I
was
had the
it.
house phone in my hand.
What did you do?
Did I-
8th grade's a really
No,
old
what did
age
you
to be
do to
spanked.
I
get
honestly
spanked?
don't remember. I think the fight started because I was wearing like white fold over gauchos, like flowy pants, and I was wearing like a little tank top with it. And my mom was like, you can't wear
Yeah, the
that.
gaucho's her favorite.
And I think she said, you look like a little slut. So
Did you?
honestly, I don't know. I think it was just like super
You look
tight
like a
white
little
pants on the
slut.
butt. And as an 8th grader, when my boobs are literally starting to grow in, so like I didn't even have a full chest. So maybe I did. I don't know. But I really wanted to wear them. I don't remember.
Mine was always when we were like way younger. Like we weren't even in middle school
My
yet.
mom's gonna kill me for saying that.
Oh, don't. She's not gonna kill you,
She
Julia.
might-
We
she-
love you.
honestly,
She listens every
Oh,
week.
does she? Oh, I
Yeah,
was
but
gonna say
she
might not
raised
listen.
you to be such a great daughter,
Well, she knows so
and
much about me. Oh my god.
she is also like an awesome mom. Julia, I love you so
Yeah, I love
much.
you.
Love you,
girl.
mom.
All of our parents I feel like are awesome parents. We're really blessed with good parents who, honestly, I'm sure as parents eventually will make similar
Yeah.
mistakes.
I'm not
Yeah.
opposed to a spanking.
I want to know what's the okay when you guys got in trouble in like I don't know middle school or high school. What's like the worst thing that got you like?
Oh, I remember off
what
the
got
top
you
of
in the
my
most
head.
trouble and what did you do and like what was your punishment?
I snuck out of the house and I got
When Like, what-
belligerent. I must have been 7th or 8th grade. I think it was
Okay, middle
8th
school.
grade. Or when do you turn
Start 'em
15 or
young.
16?
That's sophomore year of high school.
I was 15.
You turned 16 sophomore year of high school, so that's when everyone got their
I was 15 freshman.
permits.
okay.
Yeah,
So then it was sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unless you were
I don't
older
know
than
why
other kids though, because you know some kids got their permit freshman
No,
year.
because I'm April
my
baby.
grade.
Remember?
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're the same.
We're a little bit late, but not
yeah,
too late.
We're not too late. But the kids who were
Yeah. So, anyways, my sophomore year then of high school, I had gone. Everyone would always go to this one house because it was like the house to drink at. Whatever. I snuck out
Which
of my
one? Yep.
house.
like the mom's school or something.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
She would give us like Mike Hart's
We
lemonades.
all had that.
Someone
yeah.
always had alcohol poisoning.
It was always like leave your keys here type of vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the most part. And sometimes she'd even drive us home.
Oh wow. That's
So in
nice.
this scenario, she was able to drive us home, but I didn't realize that I was so drunk I was going to be like also sick until we had pulled up to my house. And at this time, my house was completely gone. So it was my rental house. So everything was like very flat, the driveway very short. And I would always go through the back window didn't have a screen on it. And I would normally, when I'd sneak out, I'd go through the window and whatever. And for some reason, when I snuck out of the house, I was able to go through the front door without the alarm beeping for some reason. I don't know what happened that week, but I remember just being like, oh, I can just go through the front door. I forgot that when you shut the front door of that house, it automatically locks. So when I came back belligerently wasted after I had already snuck out, and it was probably like 2:30 or like 3 a.m. at this point, coming back into the house, I had the spins and I couldn't get into the house. So I started like ringing the doorbell and knocking on the door. I checked the entire perimeter of the house. I was like,
you were like, I'm fucked at this point.
yeah.
right?
And I was
Like,
also like fucked up.
Yeah, I
So
gotta
like,
get
I don't
inside.
even know, even if the window was open, I wouldn't know
Yeah.
really. I think I checked everything, but I'm not really sure. I swear to God, I remember seeing the lights of like the flare turn on, and my dad came down with like what looked like a baseball
Oh,
bat.
did he think you were an intruder?
Yeah.
probably.
And my mom's like wrapped in her robe, like right behind him coming down the
I
stairs.
cannot imagine your dad with a baseball bat trying to fight
Like,
off
I
an
don't know
intruder.
what it was. It was some sort of stick. Like, I don't know if it was a crowbar or a baseball bat. I don't even remember.
My dad
It might
has
have
a
been
bat
from the
under his bed.
fireplace. Like,
yeah, one of those things. Yeah,
They're like, all right, let's check this one out.
a weapon of sorts.
they opened the door and I truly like was like kind of leaning on the door because I had like been pounding on it after I rang the doorbell. And I like fell into the house, like fully stumbled in. My parents look at me, they like look at each other. And I remember my dad had said something and I like walk over to the living room area and I just like vomit
Oh,
everywhere.
Oh,
Like
damn.
just, and you know, when
What a
you,
great
it's like
way to
that
wake up.
drunk vomit, it's like
Yeah,
hurl,
it
like,
flies out at you.
yeah. It was like a fire hydrant basically.
Like you can get like
All right, guys.
feet with
No.
that shit.
Please
Yeah,
stop.
no, like it was amazing.
Yeah.
Like truly, it could have won a record.
Yeah.
I remember next I woke up to like the cleaners around me and I was still in the living room
So like the sun came up at this point.
and my parents were nowhere to be found and I was like, oh my God, I'm in so much fucking trouble. My dad didn't speak to me for like 2 weeks. My mom
Shit.
called me she didn't call it grounding, she called it restriction. And so basically I was allowed on my phone for a certain amount of hours that I could get picked up from school, because at one point I was like, oh, don't have my phone, guess you can't like
Yeah, like, how do you get me?
come get me.
You don't know where I am. You can't contact me.
Yeah.
It's kind of a good punishment because then you're like, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. You won't know where I am.
Yeah, and I couldn't like go out for a month. It was like a whole thing. I had to write my parents these letters. It was like,
Yeah, miserable.
but I do remember it was probably the most roughest grounding that I had ever gotten, and I think it was the roughest in like my family's house. Like it set the rules straight for
Yeah.
my younger
Yeah.
sister, unfortunately.
The younger sibling always gets it best because they get to see the older siblings like fuck up, and then you like kind of like know like what to do and like what not to do.
Yeah, but she kind of got it the worst too.
Oh shit, really?
Because
Yeah.
it was like I set all these rules in the house that my parents didn't know that they had to even like make.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're also like more lenient with the younger ones because they're just like, oh,
Yeah, Luke
Well,
was
Chase was like a
so
mathlete.
easy.
Like Chase,
Yeah.
not a mathlete, but she was like a super genius even at a young age.
So was Luke, and he also just like was able to do whatever he wanted.
what's the worst thing for you?
I don't remember anything specifically about getting grounded, but I remember like the most like mad and upset my parents were at me was actually like a summer that we were in going to sophomore year of college, and I had a party at my house. And me and Tori tried to clean the floors, but we ended up cleaning our marble floors or not marble, but like our tile floors in my basement with bleach.
And so it wiped off the polish of the tiles.
So like they were just
Oh.
like, because we were playing beer pong, so we were
Yeah.
just trying to clean up the beer, but it just completely screwed up the tile. And my mom was like so mad. Like they actually like in the last couple of years finally like redid the floors, but like she was so upset. And I actually really I don't think they was like able to be fixed. But that was also the same.
It was the best summer of our lives.
That was the best
though.
summer of our lives. That was also the same night that I'm not going to say names, but our guy friend was having sex with this girl in my laundry room who's from, where was she from? Brazil or something?
Brazil, yeah.
And he was
Brazil.
like, she was so tall. She was like 6 feet and he's like 5'8", and he was like fucking her on his tippy toes in my laundry room.
Was she like on the laundry machine?
She was like bent over and he's like
Yeah.
on his tippy toes.
like she was tall enough where it was like her hip bent over the
Who-
machine, and he had to like thrust up.
How did
Yeah.
we find this girl from Brazil?
She was Tori's family friend.
Well, no, her mom and my dad had like a business relationship, so her mom was like, "Oh, let me send so and so
She
over."
stayed at your house for like a little while or something.
Yeah, to be like learn about the states and
Yeah.
whatever, and we just had too much fun that summer.
We
It was
had 2
such
weeks
a
of her, I
wild
think.
summer.
I
Yeah.
actually even came down and stayed at my beach house.
Yeah, we went to Smokey Joe's.
When's the last time you guys saw her? Talked to her? Where's she
Since
at?
then.
I think since then. After that trip was over, I was like,
Bye,
oh
girl.
my
Have
God.
fun
I
in
remember
Brazil.
we were so hungover.
Oh yeah, the story's funny.
when we were coming back from her beach house, and we wanted to like go home, and this girl was like, we should go to Victoria's Secret, Skechers, whatever.
Nike.
And I remember Lee and I looked at each other and we're like, I'm gonna actually
Victoria's Secret,
like
Puma.
Oh my god.
Puma.
Can we go to all the outlets? We were like, no.
I was like, no, I just
Oh
don't
my
think
God.
so.
Yeah.
Not
Not
today.
today.
I
Girl, they're
think I also
closed.
like snuck into my. Do we go to my beach house without my parents that week too?
No, your parents were
Okay.
there. Your dad was there for his birthday,
Oh yeah,
and I remember because Jesse and
Ben.
the doggies were still there.
She was hilarious. Just the tippy toes in the laundry room is just like something I'll never forget.
So wild.
Something else happened that night too. I can't remember.
That is crazy.
Is that the night that somebody basically it was the one summer where like it was like my closest guy friends, I felt like, and like also mutually like your closest
Yeah.
friends too. They had just combined in these
That's the
groups to
best.
like
We were just partying. It was only like 3 of us girls, so it's just me, Tori, and like 20 dudes just like partying the whole summer, and we had the best
That's
time.
fun.
no,
as
like
fuck.
actually the best
It was
time.
so
Yeah,
much
that's fun as fuck.
fun. So I don't regret it,
Yeah.
but
Definitely not.
It's like one of my favorite summers that I
Yeah.
reflect back on. What about you?
Did kids get like MIPs in your town?
Yes.
What's
Yeah.
a MIP?
Minor in possession.
Oh yeah, but that wasn't
you
like
can do it like isn't it alcohol and weed?
Yeah.
I feel like that was more of like not from like I guess my school.
It would
I don't
happen a
know.
lot down the beach. So like
Yeah,
if you got caught with something but you weren't drunk, like you would get an MIP.
When I went to
Yeah.
actually college, that happened more because people would be like on boats and
With,
get
like, beer
MIPs
and stuff, yeah. Well, I was wasted, and I had something.
They not
and
breathalyzer?
I was at school.
Oh,
What, at Boulder?
No, high school.
Oh yeah.
that's
Yeah,
bad.
it was so fucking bad. Yeah, and then like the cops came and I got breathalyzed, and then I had to go to court.
Did you just do community service?
Yeah, for 30 hours.
Oh, that's really not that bad.
It was so bad though. Oh my god. I was like at Goodwill, like in the bins in the back. Like that was my community service.
Oh, you should have gone online. You can buy those hours online.
Oh, well, I didn't
Big
know that
hack,
at the
you
time.
guys. You can
It's
buy community service
honestly,
online.
That's actually kind of fucked, but like that's smart that
I
you
would-
can
I
do
would've
that.
done it,
I would have
but
done it too if I
as a
knew.
parent, I
You
would
do
have
it by
never
doing
bought it for my kid.
surveys. So like you can go onto like survey
Oh, yeah.
sites and like certain surveys that you like fill out like 100 pages of them or like more. But
I
like
would rather do that than what I did.
yeah,
I
then
was
the
with, like- I
physical
was with,
labor.
like, criminals, like
Yeah.
in the back.
But once you do it, it gets taken off your record.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gone now. But I got 3 of them in high school. Isn't that fucked up?
3.
I never got
Oh.
any underage.
I got 3.
That's crazy. You must have been like partying.
No, I think I just had really bad luck because like I was at a party, bad luck, school. I mean, I should have done that. And then
Did
third
the
one,
school try and like suspend you or anything?
oh, I was suspended.
Okay.
Indefinitely,
Oh.
it's what they said. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? So I was out of school
Like
for 2
perpetually
weeks.
forever.
Yeah.
I was out of school for 2 weeks, and it was the first week of school that I got it.
Oh, your parents must have been so mad.
Oh my god, they were so fucking mad.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I came back and it was all fine.
Tori, were
That
you?
was like my reputation though for a while.
Oh, the MIP kid.
Yeah,
The 3 MIPs.
3. 'Cause
3.
I got 1 the year before, and then I got 1 the year
That's
after,
insane.
and I got another my senior year. So fucked up.
That's
I
bad
think I
luck.
think I just like I really did have bad luck. 'Cause
Yeah.
Other kids were doing the same shit, and none of them got caught. It was just like me.
Did they run? Maybe that's your fight or flight.
First time I got one at the house party, all of them ran, and there was a
And
few
you
of us that
just stood-
stayed, and we all got. I
Yeah.
hid in the house. I hid.
I hid in a house one time too.
and someone let the cops in. You don't have to do that. Fucking idiot let the cops in.
I think you do.
I think you do
Do you
if you're a
have to?
minor.
I don't know. There was no parent there.
Yeah, exactly. If
If there's
no
a
parent
minor-
there.
Well, I'm just like, leave the door locked. What are they gonna do? Break it?
Well, no, I
No.
remember I think we've all had a point in
Yeah.
time where we've had to hide in a house.
Yeah.
I hid. The cops found me. Second time school. Third time ran. Didn't go far.
Wait, time out. Where did you hide?
You know. Okay, so they had a movie theater in their house in the basement. And,
Were you
know,
hiding by yourself or with others?
I was talking about myself.
Okay.
Everyone was in different spots.
Okay.
And you know how there's like curtains in movie theaters and
Yeah.
homes sometimes?
You're right.
This,
I was standing behind the curtain.
Did they just go like this?
Yes.
were you
But
just
they
like?
basically they turned on the lights and they were like,
I would've
like come
come
out.
I just picture Aaron's
Yeah.
And I was
face,
like, oh.
I would have
But-
came
I was
out.
so upset. And my dad had to come get me and I couldn't leave until he came in the house. I had to do a breathalyzer and I was just not blowing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's not working.
Cops must have been like they must have had a field day finding kids in houses.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hid in a kitchen cabinet. Like I don't know how I was small enough to like hide
Did it
into
work the whole time?
Oh my god, yeah. I was
Ugh.
fine. But I stayed in there for like 2 fucking hours.
But
Yeah.
you found a good spot.
Yeah,
Some kids
cabinets
I was
found
like
Smart.
this, like in the cabinet for 2 hours, and I was just like, "What am I gonna do?" And I remember we were in such a run.
Yeah.
I don't think I brought my phone with me, or like I don't recall having.
Oh my god, I
phone.
would have like hated that.
Some
I
kids
would've
hid
had
that same
claustrophobic.
night as me and didn't get caught either.
The cops probably just like gave up after
They
a
just
certain
never
amount of
came out.
time. That's crazy.
I just didn't, do the right thing.
Yeah, I've ran from so many cops, especially down the
Same.
beach, like sprinting away.
It was such a rush.
Such a rush.
It was kind of fun,
Because
honestly.
you can see them coming with their flashes on the sand. I'm like, I'm
I was
fucking fast
hopping
as shit.
fences and shit.
We were
Yeah.
one time that same summer we had ran from the cops on the beach because we decided to go in the ocean naked.
Oh yeah.
Did you put your clothes on before you started running?
Barely. We were like running, and I feel like grabbing our.
I was just naked.
We were just having a great summer. Honestly, it was like a wild.
Well, how 20? Were you 20? 21?
21. We were definitely over. We were of age.
At least you were of age. Yeah.
And then, were you at my house at one time when I had another party? And that summer,
Parents let you have a lot of parties.
no, they didn't.
Oh.
They
they
never
didn't
did.
know.
Yeah,
They weren't home.
No,
Oh, okay.
where we were smoking weed in the kitchen, and then the cop knocks on my door, and my whole house smelled like weed. I think you were like either you were gone that one weekend or something, but like me and like and
Oh,
we're
yeah,
all
yeah.
smoking.
I do
my
remember
bowl in
hearing
the
about
kitchen,
this. Yeah, yeah.
and the cops knocked on the door, and I'm like, hi, and everyone like was of age, but like all the dudes ran down my backyard. Weed, no, but he didn't even smell it. He was just like, all right,
Is it even legal in Pennsylvania right now?
it's
Decriminalized?
decriminalized,
Okay,
yeah.
Like you get like a parking ticket fine.
Yeah.
But people were smoking weed at my wedding, like on our property, and the cops came in, nothing happened. But also
the
like
cops did come to your wedding.
yeah, my dad was
Forgot
just like,
about
bye
that.
guys, we'll just keep it
Yeah, that
down.
was
Like,
crazy.
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fuck.
They thought it was like a party.
They fully like charged up the compound driveway,
Yeah,
which is
they're like,
crazy. My
"Someone's
parents'
having a
That was
driveway.
crazy. I
Like,
forgot about that. I was so
Um,
wasted that night. Oh my god.
I mean,
Same.
I
So
thought I was on
fun.
acid, so
we thought you were too.
Yeah.
Because you told I think you told Leah you were like, I'm on
No, yeah, she was
drugs.
like zoning out at one point. I'm like, are you okay? She's like, I'm on shrooms and acid. And I was
what
like,
a time to be alive.
That's me. She's like, Tori's on shrooms and acid.
I was like, should we
what?
be worried?
I'm like trying
that
to
we
like,
couldn't find you?
Yeah.
I need to
You-
convince
You were missing in action.
my
and I ate so much charcuterie. Ooh.
Wait, did you guys hear
I want my dad to like
that they ended the canceled podcast?
I watched a clip on TikTok about it.
Oh, no, I
but
didn't
is
hear
it,
that.
Yeah.
Is it officially over? Like that was the last episode?
That's what they are saying.
Yeah, and Tana's just like we just don't like agree on like certain things sometimes like creatively, and I just know that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Calling it out. I know it's bullshit. I know she can't stand that girl.
I'm not having any comment
You
here.
don't have to. I'll make my own comments.
Okay.
And then Brooke posted this other TikTok the other day, and she was like, I don't know, complaining about the hate she gets, and I'm like, well, girl, like, don't like do shit that people are gonna have an opinion on. And hey, I commented on it.
Oh, it's okay.
I deleted it after.
Yeah.
She probably saw it.
Probably, but I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my god, like, stop complaining.
I heard
You brought this upon yourself, Diva.
Tana went on Logan Paul's podcast.
That
and
came out of nowhere.
She was saying that
I'm very opinionated.
Brooke wants to be more private now in her life.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I was seeing all these comments.
Which again, I'm just repeating what I'm
Yeah.
hearing.
I was seeing all these comments that were like, she's gonna have to go like flip burgers, like
She's not gonna have to go for burgers.
I do wonder if she'll do her own podcast.
get
or
ready for like
something.
some White Fox brand deals. Because Diva's gotta pay that rent. Sorry.
That is so no. I
That
feel like
ass though, like what's
they
she
would
gonna
be able
do?
to laugh at us. Like,
I just don't know
it's-
what her
yeah.
next. I don't know what her next venture is gonna be, because I feel like
I'm curious too. I don't know.
all she had was that.
I wish them everything
Yeah.
that they like deserve and
Mhm.
more.
Wish you guys the best, and I don't think anything I said was hateful,
No, nothing
hateful.
Whatever.
was bad.
You're entitled to your own opinion.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting.
Love you, Tana.
I'm sorry. I laugh in awkward
No,
scenarios.
No,
Same.
it was funny. It was funny.
I
Yeah.
It
laugh
was
in
funny.
awkward scenarios.
It was comical.
I was just honestly, I brought it up because I actually genuinely was shocked. Like we've heard like whispers of this happening for a long time now, but I just like didn't think it would happen anytime soon just because they're just on tour. So I was like, whoa, you know,
Yeah.
they must be really done.
And I'm not the only one that has these opinions. I'm on this side of TikTok that people were saying what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, just to like stand some ground too. Brooke's boyfriend right now, he's in what's that TikTok trend? Brooke's current boyfriend is is in like Michael's friend circle.
Yeah.
So I actually saw her recently, and her boyfriend's actually really sweet. Like I think that he gets a lot of judgment on the internet, and I don't think that he should or they should for being in a
Yeah.
relationship that they enjoy.
No, I think the only reason he gets shit is because people were saying that he was dating somebody who was
Yeah, I don't think
underage.
that's true
I have no idea.
personally, but I do want to just give like some grace there.
Yeah.
But I have no comment
Yeah.
on anything else.
I'm just waiting for
I had a
Eric's
lot of
comment.
comments.
We just won't
Yeah.
pour out.
No, and you guys don't have to, you know. I am. Yeah.
Have you guys been listening to The Toast recently at all?
No.
Only the episode with Claudia, and then I haven't listened
listened to
to
that
any
one
of
too.
the
It was
guest
good to have her
episodes.
back.
Yeah.
I love the Toast Girls so much. Like I truly do, and I'm obsessed with them. I
Yeah.
just feel like lately, like it hasn't hit for me. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
Some days it doesn't, but also like I chalk that up to like sometimes even if it's just them two, like if the stories aren't good, then it's
That's what I say too. If the stories aren't good, then like it's not that great.
Maybe I'm just into my juicy audiobooks right now.
Yeah.
that's okay.
I will look at the description on the YouTube of the stories
Same.
before I decide like if I'm gonna like fully tune in or not.
I did
Yeah.
tune
and then I'll
into
skip around.
the
Yeah.
Lexi Wood episode.
I started listening to the one with her friend. I was just listening to it this morning actually, and it's actually really good.
I know who you're talking about, Lauren Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on 2 episodes like recently, and like
That's how you know we're toast honorees, honestly.
yeah, it's really good. Lauren sounds like so funny. I want to be her friend. She's like even a bigger complainer than I am.
I've known who she was for a while. I honestly kind of
I haven't.
I kind of
didn't
eat her
know.
up.
Yeah, she's funny.
She's very like lifestyle queen.
I love a good complainer, obviously, because
Yeah.
my bestie's like
Yeah.
an excellent one.
Well, no, it's funny because Lauren on the first episode, she's like, sorry, I feel like we've only talked about me for the last 20 minutes and all I've done is complain. And Jackie's like, do you know what podcast you're on? Like, this is all we do around here. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is why I love it.
I do love listening to them, though.
Although Leah did wake up with no complaints.
Yeah. We'll see how tomorrow goes.
We will see.
I'm trying to be more positive.
I love that for you.
I also appreciate that from you.
Yeah.
On that note.
Buckle up.
Such a what's the word? Prompt?
Yeah.
Prompt. Enjoy the
Impromptu
ride.
short
Yeah.
cut?
Oh, no.
Is it a shortcut?
No, it's actually perfect. 5140.
Bless.
5150.
5150, baby.
Happy Thursday, y'all.
Yeah.
Buckle up, enjoy the ride.
Remember that?
Boys lie.
Boys lie. Boys lie.
Boys lie.
Boys lie, y'all.
Boys lie.
Them boys, they be lying.
Boys lie.